Good morning, everyone. This is Akash, your mathematics teacher. We are discussing our mathematics lesson 2 in the previous videos. In the previous video, we had started about the chapter whole numbers, and today we will continue with the chapter whole number, and today we will learn about different properties of whole numbers. Before beginning that, let me remind you, you have to make sure you are listening with your headphones on, and you have your books and notebook ready with you. And please do share the homeworks and doubts with me. So without wasting any time, let us see. Today we will learn about different properties of whole numbers. Okay. So without wasting any time, let's proceed to the chapter. The very first property we will learn about whole numbers is the closure property. Okay, closure property. What is closure property? Before going to what is closure property, let me just remind you that closure property is obeyed by addition and multiplication of whole numbers. Closure property is not obeyed by the division and subtraction of whole numbers. Like what is closure property? Suppose, let me tell a general thing. Suppose A and B are two whole numbers. Okay, then A plus B and A into B. These two will also be whole numbers. Okay. Suppose for example, we have 3 and 4. 3 and 4 are whole numbers, we know, because whole numbers, what are whole numbers? 0, 1, 2, etc. These are whole numbers. So 3 and 4 are whole numbers, we know. Now 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. 7 is also a whole number. 3 into 4. Here 12. 12 is also a whole number. Now let us see about the division. Now if I write 3 divided by 4, or then is it a whole number? It is not a whole number. Okay. Now suppose if I write 3 minus 4, here greater number is subtracted from the smaller number. So here if you go to the in the further classes you will learn that this is minus 1. Okay. So but this is not a whole number. So closure property of addition is closure property is obeyed by addition and multiplication of whole numbers. Okay. So this is closure property. Basically closure property means if there are two whole numbers, then their addition and their multiplication will also give result as a whole number. Okay. So now let's proceed to the next property. Next property is commutative of addition and multiplication. So commutative of what is commutative property? Let's see. Now suppose we have A plus B. The result is suppose X. Now if we do B plus A, the result will also be X. It means if we alter the order, means here B is added with A, here A is added with B, means A plus B. In other words, we can say A plus B is equal to B plus A. Now similarly we have for multiplication, that is A into B will be equal to B into A. For example, suppose we have 3 plus 4, it is 7. Now if we do 4 plus 3, it will also be 7. Similarly we have 3 into 4, it is 12. Now if I do 4 into 3, it will also be 12. Same. Okay. But commutative property will not be obeyed by the division and subtraction, because we know 3 by 4 is not same as 4 by 3, and also we know 3 divided by 4 is not equal to 4 divided by 3. Also we know 4 minus 3 is equal to 1, but 3 minus 4, the answer will not be 1. So it will be, in further classes you will know it is minus 1. So commutative property is obeyed only by the addition and multiplication of wholes. Okay. So first we studied about the closure property, then commutative property. In commutative, basically commutative property means if you alter the positions, it means A plus B is equal to B plus A. If you alter the position, then the result remains the same. So commutative property is obeyed by the addition and multiplication of whole numbers. Okay. Now let's go to the next property, which is associative property. associative property of addition and multiplication. Now, let me just write the formula, then we'll discuss it. A plus B plus C will be equal to A plus B plus C. This is for addition, and similarly for multiplication it will be A into B into C will be equal to A into B into C. Now let us discuss with the addition. Okay. Now look, there are three numbers A, B and C. In the first part, what we did? First we added A and B because that is in the bracket. We know the bracket part will be calculated first. So first we added A and B, then the result we added with C. Then the total result will be same as if we as the second. It means we first added B and C, then we added it the result with A. So it will become same. So let's see an example. Suppose we have 3, 4 and 5. If I write 3 plus 4 plus 5, what is the result? 3 plus 4, it is 7 plus 5, the result is 12. Similarly, if I write 3 plus 4 plus 5, look here I wrote 4 and 5 in the bracket. It means 4 and 5 will be calculated first, which is 3 plus 9, it is same as 12. And similarly it is obeyed with the multiplication as well, right? 3 into 4 into 5, what will be the result? We know 3 into 4 is equal to 12 into 5, it will be 60. Okay. Now if I write 3 into 4 into 5 will be done first, so it will be 3 which becomes 60. So both are same. So in this way associative property of addition and multiplication is obeyed in case of whole numbers. Okay. So associative property is obeyed by whole numbers only in case of addition and multiplication. Okay. Now distributive property, this is one of the most important properties of whole numbers. Okay. It is distributive property. Now what is distributive property? Let me just write it, then I will discuss it. Suppose I have A into B plus C. It means the result of B plus C is multiplied with A. Okay. The result of B plus C is multiplied with A, which will be same as, look, the name says distributive property, means whatever they are in the bracket that will be distributed with A. Okay. It means A into B plus C, it will become AB plus SC, right? AB plus SC. Now let us see an example how we can use it. Now suppose you have 10 into 35. Okay. Now for 35 you can write 10 into 30 plus 5. Now it will be distributed, which will be equal to 10 into 30 plus 10 into 5. Now which will again will be equal to 10 into 30. It means 300 plus 10 into 5 is 50. So the total will be 350. Okay. So in this way distributive property is obeyed by whole numbers. Okay. Now what is the application of distributive property? Suppose you have to find 12 into 35. Okay. Suppose you have to find 12 into 35. Now to find 12 into 35, if we go with the traditional method, what we know, that will take a little bit long time. So we will express it in the form of distributive property. Now we know we can easily say whatever multiplied with 12, that we can easily say. So but we have to write 35 in form of B plus C. It means we can write 12 into 30 plus 5. Now it will be distributed 12 into 30 plus 12 into 5. Now it will be equal to 12 into 30. You know 12 into 30 means 12 into 3 is 36 and 0 will be added. So 12 into 30 is 360 plus 12 into 5 is 60. Now the result will be 420. So in this way distributive properties are used while doing different calculations. Okay. Now the next property we have is additive and multiplicative identities. Now what is additive identity? Suppose I write 12 plus 0. What is the result? The result is same 12. Suppose I write 16 plus 0. What will be the result? The result will be same 16. So look, when 0 is added with any number, the result remains the same. Okay. So additive identity. So additive identity is what? 0. And remember always, what is additive identity? Additive identity is 0. Means when 0 is added with any number, the result remains the same. Right? That is additive identity. Now suppose I say 15 into 1, that is additive identity. Let's come to the multiplicative identity. It means what identity is there for multiplication. Now if I write 15 into 1, the result, what will be the result? The result will be same 15. Now suppose I write 22 into 1, what will be the result? The result will be same, that is 22. It means when 1 is multiplied with any number, the result remains the same. So multiplication identity. Multiplication identity, always remember multiplication identity is 1. It means when 1 is multiplied with any number, the result remains always the same. Okay. So you have to remember two things: additive identity and multiplication identity. Okay. So additive identity is 0 and multiplication identity is 1. Okay. Now let's come to the next part, that is division with 0. Before going to division with 0, we know what is division. Division, suppose I write 12 divided by 3. What it means, we know division is same as successive subtraction, right? Successive subtraction means 12 minus 3. The result is 9 minus 3. The result is 6. Now 6 minus 3. The result will be 3. 3 minus 3. The result will be 0. Look, how many times 3 is subtracted? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So how many times 3 is subtracted? 4 times. So 12 divided by 3. The result will be 12 divided by 3. The result will be 4. So that is division. Now if we say division with 0, look, suppose I write 12 divided by 0. It is successive. If we write this in form of successive subtraction, then 12 minus 0 is 12. Again minus 0. Again minus 0. Again minus 0. Now look, if we continue, if we subtract any 0, then the result will always be 12. So can we arrive at the result? We cannot arrive at the result. So 12 divided by 0 or any number, suppose any number is a, when divided by 0, then it cannot be defined. It means the result, we cannot find the result when something is divided with 0. Okay. So division with 0 is totally meaningless. Okay. Now these are all the properties you have with this part of this chapter. Okay. Now as of your homework is concerned, you have to attempt the exercise 2.1. Okay. Sorry, the exercise 2.2, it is wrongly written as 2.1. Okay. You have to find the exercise 2.2. Okay. Now exercise 2.2, it is very easy. Even if there is some doubt, I will be there to help you. You can contact me and please provide the homework. Okay. So we will meet in next video. Till then, stay home, stay safe, stay happy and enjoy your study in home. This is it for this video. We'll meet in another video. Thank you very much.